Okay. Why don't you listen on up? I'm going to sing a song about some heroes that, whether you know it or not, we all owe something to. Some time ago, the world was changed when two hobos made their claim to fame. They formed a league to call their own, League of Extraordinary Murder Hobos. Are the bandits and the scoundrels giving you grief? Are they taking your food, save nothing to eat? Do you need some help taking back your land? Then send for them now and they'll give you a hand. There ain't a land they fear to roam, and there ain't a place that they call their home, but they can keep the monsters far away. So send for some murder hobos today. The murder hobos will have your back. When you send for them, they'll be there in a snap. Just yell out loud and don't be shy. Murder hobos assemble, you'll cry. Thanks. Thank you.
Last time on the League of Extraordinary Murder Hobos, the hobos, expertly navigating a magical darkness, found their way to a cave inhabited by a strange tentacled beast of darkness. After their victory over the creature, the corruption seemed to be cleansed from the land. They rejoined their beloved immune Farley at Chipshaven, where they teleported back to Halavera to celebrate their continued success. What new challenges await them after their hangovers subside? Listen in and find out. After you had returned from your mission to cleanse the corruption, your party spent the night celebrating at Maz. Eventually, everyone passed out from extreme drunkenness, and you're all comatose in your comfortable spots just outside of Ma's Tavern, as she had the large mountain of a man remove you all when it got too late. The cool morning air is filled with birdsong as the sun spills over the horizon, pouring its warm yellow light over Halavera and the surrounding plains, and you all awaken. You hear the lieutenant yell out, "Squad 221, report for duty!"
Do we have to? It's morning
Still
time.
pretty tired.
All right. Anybody want a drink on the way out?
Yeah,
God.
let's go.
All right. Yeah. Let's
When he
go.
sees you, he realizes that you're missing a couple of your party members, namely Osros, Yuto, and Mordecai. And he asks you, where are those guys?
I don't know, man. Last night was crazy. We were drinking all sorts of stuff and kept buying rounds, and it just got crazy.
Well, it doesn't really matter. For this mission, you're going to be joined by a new member to the loemh. His name's Magnar, and he's the lone survivor of his initiation mission.
Ooh.
Magnar, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name's Magnar. I'm a cleric of the Arcana domain. I'm a dwarf. Pretty, run-of-the-mill stuff. Not a lot going on. I'm going to be healing for you guys, though.
Standing in for Farley.
I was about to say, we don't have Farley anymore.
What happened to Farley?
You'll be replacing this party's healer. You'll be taking up those duties.
We were
Magnar.
assigned Farley, and one of our players complained about him, and we got switched out for you.
I miss Farley already.
So-
you got big shoes to fill.
Yeah, gonna have to do some hard work.
Magnar's initiation mission was to investigate rumors of slavers kidnapping people in the southern Thundering Highlands, but his party was ambushed by a small but powerful group of warriors that killed all of his comrades. He escaped, but not before snatching an amulet from one of the attackers. They were wearing heavy gray cloaks that obscured their identities, and he'll lead you guys back to the Thundering Highlands to find out more about these mysterious people. The amulet has a design on it that resembles a rock formation in the mountains that's locally known as the Frozen Tiger, and on the back there are 4 quarter-inch indents arranged in a square shape. The lieutenant then turns to you guys and says, "You are to go into the Southern Highlands and find out who's up there and what they're doing. If they are willing to kill with no warning or provocation, they can't be up to anything good. Since you can't be trusted to take care of loemh transport animals, we have a driver to handle that for you. Dismissed."
What did you guys do to the last animals they gave you?
Got eaten.
I wouldn't worry about that, Magnar. Would you like a drink?
I don't touch the stuff. Mostly just stick to water.
Are you guys gonna head straight out to the mission? Or are you guys gonna do whatever you guys do in town first?
Cinder's got everything he needs, so I'm good to go.
I don't mind exploring a little bit, if that's an option.
Sure is.
Gonna take a stroll around the town, see what's in it.
We're in Halavara, right?
You're still in Halavara.
All right. I'm going to check out the farmland, see what's going on down there.
So you head out to the farmland, which is to the east of where you guys are.
Okay.
As you walk out from the town center, you pass through a bunch of small domiciles, a bunch of like mud huts where all the farm workers live during the harvest season anyway. Right now it's eternal spring in Halavera, so they seem to always be there. There's about 30 huts, so maybe room for 60 workers, but they're pretty small huts. Each one's about like 10 by 10 on the inside.
So they're small huts.
Yeah. Past that, you find the fields, which are immense. But Halavera really only grows 4 crops. They got potatoes, they got corn, they got wheat, and they got vineyards. That's right, grapes for making wine. Ooh. So the sun's rising right now, and it's just painting everything in a big golden hue, and it's beautiful. Past the farm, you see more plains, and then further out, you see the ocean, the horizon over there. Nice, straight, like almost curved horizon line.
It looks beautiful.
Anything else? Are you guys going to do anything else?
I'm going to pour a glass of fine wine and enjoy it in front of the sunset.
Sunrise. It's morning.
Sunrise. I'm
You
going to pour
fucking drunk.
fine wine and enjoy it over the sunrise.
Anything else? You guys going to...
Anybody need to pick up any extra gear or any supplies before we head out to go investigate?
Well, I've been supplied.
Yeah. I mean, you guys all have supplies. So if you guys want to head out, the cart is waiting for you at the North Road.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I guess we'll head out towards the cart.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Let's get this thing started. Hope it doesn't end like last time.
I hope that wasn't your fault they all died last time.
It wasn't.
So
I did what I could.
You guys all head towards the North Road leaving Halavera, and you see the cart waiting for you. There's a man sitting on top of the cart, just kind of hanging out, waiting for his passengers to show up. He's a human who looks about 40-ish years old. He's got dark hair, a thick, short beard, olive skin, and he's wearing a brown tunic with like green highlights. He turns to you guys and says, "Jump up on the cart, and we'll go."
I hop on the cart.
Onward. How big is this cart?
The cart's big enough for the 4 of you, and it's being pulled by 2 donkeys.
That's pretty convenient.
I mean, there's space for 6, but...
I'm going to go ahead and hop in the cart also.
All right.
Climb up in there.
As you head down, or up the North Road towards the Thundering Highlands, you see the plain stretching out into the distance. And you can see the highlands imposing upon the blue sky with their black rock and their white peaks. You hear the rhythmic clip-clop of the mule's hooves on the hard dirt road, and the cart rumbles as you go. The driver barely makes a sound, and you hear the wind gently blowing through the tall green grass. This goes on for about 4 hours.
Sweet.
So if you guys want to talk about stuff or whatever.
Leisurely ride?
Yeah.
Tiny Thokk, either you want a drink?
I'm good, but I believe we haven't introduced ourselves actually to Magnar quite yet, so I think that would be a good idea.
The three of you look like pretty unique warriors, I must say.
Well, that's kind of you to say.
Well, your head is on fire.
It was born this way. It just kind of flickers, per se.
Well, I've never seen anyone like you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
really
believable. There's not many like me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I came from just over the Thundering Highlands. My family was chased through the Highlands. We stopped for some years in the Highlands with family until the rampaging barbarians found us again. We were then chased outside of the Thundering Highlands and into Ship's Haven, I believe it's called. Well, at that point, it had only been me and my handler, the man who taught me most of what I know now, until we split up. He sold everything he owned, and I learned about the League from there. I joined, and they gave me the mission of investigation, finding some jewel.
Well, welcome to Unit 221. I actually come from across the sea, and some people there are lucky enough to be blessed by the elements, and that's how I gained this appearance.
Well, that's interesting. And you've looked like that your whole life.
Yes, and this is tiny. Not that tiny, I know.
It's a lot bigger than me.
And that's Thokk. He doesn't talk much.
Yeah?
Thokk came from the Thundering Highlands as well.
Wow.
Although our tribe of barbarians don't rampage. I do, but they don't.
All right, well, why don't you just keep your distance?
Okay.
I apologize in advance. It's just a little stressful, you could say.
Oh, no, I know.
I'm
I
not
scare
gonna-
myself sometimes.
As long as we're on the same page, we're on the same team. We're both members, so...
I was sent on this journey to seek spirituality, but I'm not going to do that. I like the raging and the feeling of just being not in control.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I've been in control for most of my life. I was actually a cloistered scholar. I know a lot from books, but I've never experienced anything until I started adventuring.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens from here on.
The terrain starts becoming more hills than plains as you get closer to the mountains. The Thundering Highlands' size becomes apparent. They are humongous, imposing rock spires, capped with snow falling from endless storms, and the air is getting cooler and the winds are picking up. The cart comes to a stop, and the driver turns to you, pointing at a small dirt path cutting through the grass and says, "Follow the path to the frozen tiger."
Onward.
All right.
After you disembark, he turns the cart around and heads back to Halavar. Just as that happens, something catches your eyes. One half of a rustic quarterstaff. 3 of the party members recognize it as Osros's quarterstaff. Carved into it is one word: tiger.
It doesn't
Guys.
look good, guys.
You guys are looking at that staff pretty weird, like...
Oh, I'm going to pick it up and examine it a little bit more closely, see if there's anything else I can make out other than that weird symbol on it.
There's nothing else to it. That is all it is. It's just half of a broken quarterstaff with the word tiger carved into it.
Magnar, this is one of our missing party members' staves. He's taken into battle before our very eyes. He wouldn't have just left us here.
As you keep moving along the path, the grass becomes thin and sparse, giving way to a thin forest of pine trees. The ground is covered in brown needles. The air is getting even colder. Must be about 40 degrees now. The forest becomes more dense as you travel up the mountain. You stop for a moment because the path is covered in what looks like black oil, but it smells like feces.
Well, it smells disgusting up here. This isn't something I'm used to.
Is this the same stuff that we've been coming across? Is this the corruption?
No, it's different. It just looks like this black oil all over the ground. While
What?
you're waiting there examining this puddle of goo, you hear a sound, a little squeak like a barking noise, little "Rah!" in the distance in the trees. And when you look over, you realize that it is a small furry bear cub wandering around in the trees.
It's a bear cub. I want it.
I'd like to cast a spell.
Where there's one, there's going to be more. Mom's around here somewhere, more than likely.
I'd like to cast Produce Flames and throw it into the oil to see if it's flammable.
I'm going to step out of the oil.
I will give him time to do such.
So when you cast it, the fire hits the oil, or hits the black goo, and it just kind of coasts right over the top of it and disappears. The oil stays there, though. It doesn't seem to... it doesn't even heat up. It doesn't steam. It doesn't move. It doesn't burn. Nothing.
Doesn't look like that did anything.
Well, at least I know that I can use my magic without having to set us all on fire.
Are you guys looking at that bear cub?
I'll look at the bear cub more.
Cool.
What's going on with that bear cub?
So you see the bear cub, and he sees you, and he kind of wants to hang out with you, but he kind of also doesn't know what the hell you are. He starts running away a little bit, but not really fast like he's trying to get away, just kind of maintaining distance. Maybe he's heading back home. You follow him a little bit?
Yeah.
As soon as you move towards the bear club, you hear a blaring, loud roar, and you're confronted by a huge grizzly bear. It rears up on its hind legs, and it must be over 9 feet tall, and it releases a powerful roar. What do you guys do?
I'm going to back up, first
Yeah.
of all.
I'm going to dash backwards 30 feet.
I'm
Gonna
going to
big dash.
Yeah.
put my arms up and hold my staff above my head and attempt to look big.
I'm going to pull out my great axe.
Wait, roll for intimidation.
Ready for battle.
17.
The bear actually looks a little unsure if it wants to attack you for a split second before it changes its mind and starts charging you guys. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Thokk got 4.
Cinder got 9.
Magnar.
12.
Tiny.
I got a nat 20. Don't be jelly.
All right, so Tiny goes first. What do you do? The bear is running at you guys, looking like it's ready to bite your guts right out of your tummies.
How fast is this bear charging?
Full speed, 25.
25.
It's closing fast.
Okay.
What do you do?
Is it aimed at anyone in particular? Because I dashed back before it started attacking. So
Right.
is it gonna...
I guess why don't we be clear? Who's right up front?
Thokk and Cinder's right up front.
Yeah, I backed up.
It's running straight at Thokk and Cinder since you guys are like right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So it's gonna like try and slash both of you, and or maybe like bite one and fuck the other one or something. We'll see.
Is it a man?
No, it's a woman.
And where's the bear cub at right now?
The bear cub has disappeared, but it's followed a small game path to the side. So it's continued down the path that it had been following already, and it's gone for now.
For now. Okay, I am gonna pull out my bow and ready an arrow, but I'm not gonna attack just yet, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. Magnar.
I am going to get closer. Close the gap between me and the bear. How far away is it?
It's 5 feet in front of Thokk and
All right.
Cinder.
I'm going to attempt to jump on its back.
Roll for acrobatics.
Acrobatics and animal
There's a
handling.
method here.
Hope you get
15?
You landed.
All right.
Dwarves got hops.
Do I still have time to cast a spell?
Yeah, why not?
All right, I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp. It's a touch.
Roll to hit.
20?
You hit.
Yeah, all right. 7 damage, lightning, and it can't react until its next turn.
7 and it can't react. Oh my goodness. So you flip over Cinder and Thokk.
I mean, I'm a dwarf, so it's not going to be super, like, gymnastic.
Right.
It's just going to...
Let me try that again. So you run and you bounce off the shoulders of Cinder and Thokk as you land on the bear on the other side of them, and you grab on to its shoulders and shock the shit out of this giant grizzly bear, and it just kind of goes, "Ugh!" and it freezes in place because it's now shocked and stunned, I guess.
All right. I'm helping.
Cinder.
I'm going to try and hit it on the nose with my quarterstaff and yell at it to try and get it to retreat.
All right, roll for hit.
If it's shocked and can't react, can I roll with advantage?
Yeah. You know what? It's not moving. Hit it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to hit it on the nose for rate. Such amazing roll.
Not much.
3 damage.
You need some luck to rub off on them dice?
Maybe.
All right.
Can I add animal handling to it?
No. Come on. While it's stunned there, paralyzed with electricity, you run up and you smack it in the nose with your quarterstaff, and it's like hitting a fucking statue. Thunk! It doesn't even do anything. It just keeps standing there, and it takes 3 damage. It's the bear's turn, so I guess he breaks out, or she breaks out of the
Shocking grasp.
shocking grasp and wants to go ahead and try and attack Cinder since you're right in front of it.
I mean, that's fair.
She goes in for a bite. Does
My shield's going to proc, my magic shield, which is mostly just going to make it harder for it to hit me.
does a 9 hit?
It does not.
Well, it whiffs and it bites air right next to your head.
I'm not impressed.
That's the bear's turn. Thokk, what are you doing?
Thokk is going to position himself on the side of the bear and try to attack at the hindquarters
Great.
with the great axe.
Roll for a hit.
I'm still up there. I'll just do my best to get out
I
of
said
the way.
hindquarters, not backstrap.
That's true,
That's
yeah.
why I'm not aiming at.
Oh, you're aiming lower.
Aiming at the
Yeah.
dwarf
Okay.
without saying it.
Just want to make sure. Thought we were on the same
the
team.
hit is 12.
I'm afraid you missed, my friend. Thokk swings his great axe, and it just skins his ass of the bear a little bit, but doesn't do any real damage.
Dwarves, they're always in the way.
Yeah, you must have been trying to miss Magnar, and it distracted you just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than I thought. Covering most of the bear.
Barely 4 feet tall.
Well, the bear, I hit the fur of the bear. The fur's like, I don't know, another 1.5 feet. So it's like you and then the fur, and then I don't know where the bear starts. And
Tiny, it's coming back to you. So right now, Magnar is riding on the back of the bear. The bear is not frozen in place. Thokk's like kind of off to the side of the bear,
Flanked him.
and Cinder's right in front.
In front of the
So
head,
there's one side of the bear that doesn't have a person on it. The butt side and the other side. I guess you're on the right side, I'm imagining?
Yeah.
So the left side of the bear.
Okay.
If you want to not crowd up on one side or whatever.
Well, I was going to take a headshot, but I can't with Cinder in the way.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, it's my fault that you can't aim.
Do you want me to try and aim for the head and possibly hit you in the process?
You
Might
do
hit
you.
Me too.
You do you.
It's worth it.
Yeah, he might be able to dodge it.
All right, fine. I'm going to aim for the bear's face around the eye area and loose a arrow at it.
Roll for hit.
Let's hope this goes well, guys. Does 16 hit?
16 absolutely hits.
Cool.
If you're aiming for air.
Hits a tree.
For 8 piercing damage.
So you loose your arrow, it whips through the air, just right by Cinder's head. He can feel the fletching on the arrow just brush his ear as it strikes the bear. You said right in the eye?
Yeah.
As it strikes the bear right in its right eye, and it screams in pain. Ow!
The bear knows English.
Surprising.
Speak common.
I mean, it screams in pain and goes, "Ow!" Magnar, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm still on the back of the bear.
You are
near
on the
head.
back of the bear.
All right, I want to grab the arrow and just scream in its ear and try to scare it.
Roll for performance.
10.
You certainly scream in its ear. All you've done though is make it more aware that you're on its back, and it winces, but it doesn't.
I'm not letting go of that arrow.
It doesn't seem to phase it.
I'll let go of the bear. I won't let go of that arrow.
Go ahead and roll a d4 for arrow damage for wiggling that shit around in there.
2.
It lets out another yelp of pain.
Oh, whoops. I rolled the wrong one.
Oh, did you roll a 6?
I rolled a 6,
Whatever,
yeah.
2 damage is fine.
It's 2 anyway.
Yeah, see. It's still plausible either way. Cinder, your turn.
I'd like to cast a spell.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to cast Scorching Ray. I'm going to produce 3 rays of fire right at his face.
Where Magnar's
I'm
sort
hiding.
of close.
I've got
just
one hand
hanging
on the
over
arrow.
and holding its right
You know, if
eye.
fire's coming at me,
There's
I'll dodge out of the way. That's
There's
fine.
a lot of face there.
All right. Good. What, do you have to roll for hit, or is it
Roll
automatic?
for hit for each ray. 12,
Miss.
8,
Miss.
17.
Hit.
All right, I'm in the game. 8 damage. Fire damage.
8 flamey, fiery damage from Cinder. The scorching rays shoot out from your hand. 2 of them just fly left, fly right, hit the trees on either side, setting the trees on fire. And then the final one, you're like, yeah, I got my bearings. You shoot right in his face. It just blasts it right across its eyes and sets its face on fire. 8 damage. The bear is pissed. It's also looking kind of hurt now.
Good.
So the bear rears up and tries to toss Magnar off of its back, and it shakes around. Does a 15 strength roll shake you off?
What am I rolling?
I guess strength too, yeah. It's a grapple.
Nat 1.
I'm afraid you fly off the back of the bear, you bounce off a tree, and you land on your butt.
Chuck
It hurts
to
a little
the
bit,
ground.
but
Alright.
I mean, really, it's just your pride. So now that the bear is up, it makes a attack against Cinder, since you're right there in front of it, man.
I got this.
He swings with both of his claws, and does 19 hit you?
It does.
Oh man,
There's a lot of rolls going on over there.
2 claws. Let me does a 13 hit you?
It does not.
All right, so it only hits you with 1 claw. All right, and it hits you for 8 slashing damage right across your chest.
That doesn't feel good.
There's like the classic 4 claw marks across your chest, and it lets out a mighty roar. Roar! Roar, roar, roar. Thokk, your turn.
Now that the dwarf's out of the way, I'm going to take a nice good swing and try and hit the bear. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
14 damage.
For, what was that, like a downward swing on the bear? Or
Sideways.
Sideways, like right across its back, trying
Yeah.
to cut it in half, sort of thing?
Yeah. And I'm done.
Cool. You swing your great axe right into the back of the bear, and it gets lodged right in its spine. That bear is very surprised by how much this hurts. It's like, oh god, my back! In bear, though, not in English or
course.
common. As you pull your axe back out, it just is in a lot of pain, and it starts bleeding all over the place.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Real good, real good. Tiny, your turn.
I'm gonna fire another bow at its other eye.
Fire the whole bow at it.
The whole bow.
You're going to hold the arrow and loose the bow?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna fire an arrow at its eye. Not 20.
Go ahead and double damage that.
Somebody's doing well today.
16? 16 piercing?
16
Someone
Piercing.
over here is heating up their dice.
Got a ringer.
Got a little pixie dust over there or something?
I guess.
You fire that arrow, and you make sure to pull it back just an extra 2 inches on your bow before you release it. It screams through the air, pew, and it shoots right in that bear's other eye, and it pokes out the backside of that bear's head, and it lets out a weird kind of like, ugh, as it falls limp to the ground. Thunk! That's when you realize that that bear has been attacked before it even attacked you. There's a few arrows lodged in the bear's back that have...
That's why it was so easy to climb.
There's a few arrows in the bear's back that Magnar is familiar with. These arrows are the same type of arrows that the attackers that killed your party before were using. So you recognize that.
I recognize these arrows.
So we're on the right track.
I'm going to hold my chest in pain and be like, Magnar,
Oh!
could you spare a moment?
Well, you know what? I could. I could do that.
I'm gonna go over to the bear and pull my arrows back out.
Kind of getting a feeling what happened to the last guys.
Cast Cure Wounds.
Go ahead and roll for survival
Okay.
to pull those arrows out. How many arrows did you shoot? 2?
2. Both eyeballs. 7.
You pull one
Arrow
arrow
heal
out.
10 damage.
All right. Does it leave a scar or is it completely healed?
It's up to you. I could do either one. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
just a heal.
hey Magnar, you should ask him. You want a cool scar
Do you
for
want
the
a sweet
ladies?
scar? So that
Hell
when you take
yes,
your
I
shirt
do.
off? All right, perfect. I just barely heal it enough.
But
It's
you can't-
healed.
But you can't see the scar through all the hair.
But you can tell it's gonna leave a scar.
All right.
You retrieve one of your arrows. The other arrow breaks when you pull it out. Like we keep track of that sort of stuff.
All right, now that the party's healed, I want to go, if you guys are okay, I want to try to go find that cub.
Well,
Cool.
hold on. Does anyone else need any help, any healing
No, I'm good.
while we're here?
Nope.
All right.
I don't think your curing can cure a hangover, but you give it a shot.
I don't have anything for that yet.
You recall that the bear cub ran away via a small game trail that just exists in the forest. When you follow it, it leads you straight to the bear's den, which is just a cave in the side of some rock jutting out of the mountainside. It's hidden behind some really large pine trees. The cave, when you get up closer to it, you see that it's about 7 feet wide, and when you look in, it's about 15 feet deep, and you see the bear cub in there, just kind of cowering in the corner, crying a little bit. And next to the bear cub, there is a body. It's wrapped in a gray cloak, and it's soaked in blood. But you can tell that whoever that person is, they're still breathing.
Oh, we need to get them help right away.
So I'm going to approach the cave, but before I get inside completely, I want to crouch down and try to talk softly to the bear cub and try to calm it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take out one of my rations and offer it to the bear cub, try to get it to kind of come over and, stop crying and hopefully relax a little bit so they can go tend to the body.
I'm going to go tend to the body.
Right. The bear cub is doing its thing. It's fine. It's just scared, so it's not going to do anything. When you go up to the body and you pull back the hood of the cloak a little bit, you realize that it's actually an elf, and he's messed up. He's barely holding on to life right now.
I'm going to cast Spare the Dying.
Great. So he's stable for now. You see his quiver is empty, so the arrows in the bear you assume are his. Mm-hmm. And he's wearing an amulet that is similar to the frozen tiger amulet that you already have. This one depicts a grizzly bear. And when you stabilize him, he looks up at you and in a pretty weak voice he says, "You must take the amulet to the frozen tiger," before he dies and melts into black oil.
Well, that was unexpected.
It's especially unexpected.
I'd like to roll for Arcana.
I don't know how well my spells work. I think I just need to take a minute here.
I'd like to roll for Arcana to see if I know what happened to him. 16.
You know that he wasn't actually an elf. He was more of a construct, just animated oil in the shape of a man, and he was set to expire anyway.
Hey guys, things aren't what they appear to be. This was actually a construct, not an elf.
Thokk is confused.
A construct is something that somebody makes out of magic, and they're not real. It's like if you were to make a doll and make it move from far away.
Oh.
So you're saying there's someone around here?
There could be.
When his body melts away, a few things are left behind. The grizzly amulet's still there. He's got a broken short bow, 6 gold, and a scroll. The grizzly amulet is similar in dimensions to the frozen tiger amulet, except that the indentations on the back are a little different. There's only 2, and they're positioned at like a 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Get what I'm saying? Like, so one's like at the top, and then one's just off to the right there. When you open the scroll, the first thing that you notice is that there's a symbol at the top of it looks like a hand, palm facing forward with a thumb folded inward, and then on the palm itself there's an 8-pointed sun with rays extending outwards.
Can I roll to recognize it?
Yes. Go ahead.
Will that be religion?
Yeah, roll for religion.
Yeah, it's only going to be 7.
You feel like you've seen it before, but not really. It's kind of one of those things that, like...
You see in passing?
Yeah, like maybe you saw it once a long time ago, but you just can't put your finger on it. But it's been around, you know that. The rest of the scroll reads, orders, go to the cave, retrieve the grizzly amulet, return to the frozen tiger. It has been spoken, it becomes real. And that's it.
I'm going to take the amulet and put it in my bag.
I'm going to take the scroll.
I'm going to take the gold.
So what are you guys going to do now?
I still want to befriend the bear cub.
Okay, roll for animal handling.
11.
The bear cub has taken to you.
Awesome. How big is this bear cub? Are we talking like I can pick it up?
It's like a 30-pound animal right now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick up that bear cub. He's coming with us. Or she. Whatever it is.
Tiny, what are you going to do with a bear cub?
Well, I'm not going to leave it here.
We're going to what's probably going to be more danger, and you want to take the bear to danger.
I'll protect it. Don't worry about it.
Going to train it to fight on our side.
I think she wants to cook it and eat it.
I don't really know those people, so I'm just going to go with you. Tiny, don't cook the bear.
Do I look like I eat animals?
Yes, you do.
Kind of.
If you want to be 100% serious, yes, you do.
I don't.
She's a minotaur.
Do you just, like,
whatever,
graze?
I'm a vegetarian.
So just weeds and such?
Don't worry about it. I don't eat other animals.
How do you live a vegetarian life in this lifestyle? Doesn't really make sense to me.
It's called foraging.
She must always have like some cud sticking out of her mouth. She's always ruminating, just always. One of her 2 stomachs is always digesting a bunch of grass.
Fuck you guys.
Anyway, where are we?
Thokk eats grass.
You grab the bear. The bear is like, I guess this is my life now. And you guys follow the game trail back to the main path and continue on as it's going to lead you to the frozen tiger. As you climb the mountain higher and higher, the trees become kind of black. They're like a really dark brown, and they start growing closer and closer together. The forest is getting really dense. It's difficult to see beyond the path that you're on. It's starting to get really cold as the sun is setting. The sky starts to dim and the first stars appear. The rocky ground is dusted with brown, muddy snow, and you come across a clearing. Now, you're not in the clearing, you just see the clearing ahead of you. It's illuminated by the waxing moon, and there's a thin cover of snow on the ground. You also see a few felled trees and stumps, and a circle of stones where a fire once was. But whoever made it has been gone for at least a few hours. Roll for perception.
Nat 20.
All right.
Needed that in combat.
16.
Great. You guys see a thin, shiny tripwire across the entrance to this clearing, just hovering above the ground. It caught the moonlight just right. You just happened to see it.
Guys, look out. There's a trap.
What kind of trap do you think it is? Can I try to set it off?
Yes, you can try to set it
Safely,
off.
of course. Like,
Yes.
We're a couple feet away from it.
Yeah.
I'll use my mage hand. I can
I
set
was
it
just
up.
going to use my hammer.
Do you want me to investigate it first? See if I can figure out what kind of trap it is. without
Your
setting
hands
it
look
off?
pretty full right now.
I've done a lot of investigating. I'm kind of done investigating.
That's what we do,
this
though.
This is as much investigation as
Okay.
I'd like to do.
Fine, you go ahead and do your thing then. I'm gonna move away.
Hey, that bear cub looks hungry. Maybe you should feed it something. I hear bears like meat a lot, though. I don't know how you would go about feeding that.
Gonna cast mage hand and set off the trap.
Your invisible hand floats on over and gives the tripwire a good tug. Out of the right side of the entranceway, a springed branch flips out right into the middle of the path, and it has like 3 big sharpened wooden spikes on it, and it just kind of flips out and hangs there, just quivering around, just hitting air.
Hey guys, we should check for more traps.
We should be checking out for traps. If there's one, there's probably more.
So I'm assuming you move into the clearing now, or
Yes.
Cautiously.
cautiously? All right. Now it's definitely nighttime, and the cold is chilling you guys to the bone. It's actually starting to hurt
All right.
because it's so cold.
Thokk,
Yes.
go ahead and chop up that trap, the wood, throw it on the fire, and I'm gonna set it on fire for us to keep warm.
Okay. Thokk goes and gets firewood.
All right.
Just hacking away at trees.
Sounds good.
I'm going to help. Doing whatever.
So you guys are setting up a camp for the night, or
Yeah, set up a camp for the night.
you chop up the wood, you guys set up a fire, set up your tents or whatever. You guys are all huddled together for warmth around the fire because it's really cold. It's fucking freezing out tonight. Throughout the night, you hear animals howling and screeching in the trees. At first they seem far away, but as the night gets darker and colder, the sounds seem to get closer. Nothing enters the clearing, but you feel eyes watching your every move. And this continues all night long. Do you guys take shifts?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
So this continues throughout the night until daybreak. The sky starts to lighten from black to gray blue as the morning comes. The sun's warmth is a welcome comfort, and you all shake off the frozen night. You're all rested.
Hey Tiny, do you want a rope to maybe make some sort of leash so you don't have to keep carrying that thing everywhere you go?
I have some rope. I can make one. We were moving, so I didn't want to stop and do anything yet. But since we're resting, I'll go ahead and make like a little harness for the little guy.
Fine, I'll keep my rope.
When you look around in the
Trying to
light of
make sure
day,
it's not going to get away. Hit like a small girl.
I was gonna conjure a magical rope for her anyways.
Yeah.
They make it vanish later. Would have been great.
Set that bear free. Her poor prey.
Yeah.
now it's daytime, and you look around the clearing. You can see 3 paths entering this clearing. You see the one path that you guys came in on, and then you see 2 paths leading up the mountain. They both look kind of the same.
Can we perceive, like, does a certain path look more worn? Like, people have been traveling that more?
Roll for investigation.
14.
Okay. So when you look around, you see that the left path has a mark on a tree that resembles the 8-pointed sun, kind of just carved lightly into the bark. It also leads up the shady, colder side of the mountain. When you look at the right side, that's the sunny side of the mountain, but you also find the other half of Osros's staff.
We should probably head to the right. Looks like our friends might be up that way.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are heading up the right side?
Yeah.
All right. So as you ascend the mountain, the forest becomes less dense. The air is getting thin, so you guys are kind of having to breathe shallower to keep your strength up. The air is cold and dry. Now, the path is only wide enough to walk single file, and there's many turns going back and forth, leading you higher up the mountain. There's a slight wind chilling your face and any other exposed skin you might have, and you don't hear any creature sounds. The sun is high, but it doesn't seem to be offering any warmth. As you near the next turn, you hear 2 voices talking to each other. A low, gruff voice and a more casual, regular guy voice, I guess. You hear them saying things like, "Why do we always get stuck on guard duty? No one but gray cloaks ever comes out here." Yeah, and you hear the other guy, "Just relax, man. This job is really easy." "No, it's so boring. I need some action or I'm going to lose it." "What's with all the aggression, man? You should really work on that. It can't be good for your health." And so on.
Thokk wants to investigate the mountain to see if there isn't a rock higher up that he can push onto these guys.
Right now, you're ascending the mountain on a narrow trail. So there's not a cliff above them or anything like that, but there is some tree cover that kind of goes around the area where these guys seem to be.
I'd like to slow down and sneak towards them.
Okay. You'll roll for stealth.
12.
Okay. You're stealthed.
Are they within sight yet?
You can hear them. They're just around the corner, though. So you'd have to move either through the forest, through the trees, or walk down the path and turn the corner. What do you do?
I'm going to head down the path until I can kind of just peer around and see what's going on.
So you want to? You're trying to get a good look at them, is what was?
Yeah, just trying to get a glimpse of exactly where they're at and what they're guarding.
You turn the corner and you see a huge snowy rock formation that has a striking resemblance to a tiger facing down the mountain. It's about 25 feet tall. You also see 2 gray-cloaked guards standing near the base of the tiger, about 45 feet away from where you are. They have not noticed you.
How close is the cliff to them?
There isn't a cliff. You guys are on it's a big mountain. It's kind of just a big clearing area. I guess there is a cliff, but it's on the far side of the rock formation. So it's not really close to them. It's about 20 feet away from them, and there's a lot of rocks in the way.
Okay. I'm going to duck back and whisper to my group what's going on.
Also, you also can identify that one of them looks like a ranger, and the other one looks like a fighter.
There's a couple of guards up there guarding a formation that looks strangely similar to a tiger. I think we should probably take them out.
That'd probably be the safest bet.
All right.
Cool.
Are we going to attack from the trees?
Are we going to sneak up on them? Do you guys want to just go headlong and attack? Are we? How are we going to do this?
Thokk can sneak through the trees.
There's only 2 of them. There's 4 of us.
What are we going to do with the bear cub?
Can I make a makeshift harness to carry it on my back with the rope I have?
I don't know. Can you?
Roll for
I don't know what I...
performance. Roll for survival. Animal handling. Whatever's strongest for you. One of those.
15?
Great. So you make a baby Bjorn out of rope for the bear cub. It's adorable.
I sure hope that bear doesn't give away our position.
And
In Minotaur for...
All right, I'm going to try and stealth back up till they're in sight and motion for the rest of my party to move through the trees, and I'd like to ready an action.
Okay.
sounds good.
Well, I'm not terribly sneaky. I'll just say that right now.
You want to wait
Scale
for
mail doesn't usually allow that kind of thing.
You can hang out back here with me.
You could always...
Thokk is sneaky. Tee-hee.
You could always... I mean, they're about 45 feet away, so they're probably just outside of your guys' movement range.
Okay.
Do you guys want to, like, try and lure them closer to you guys
Yeah,
and then
no.
attack them or something?
I can
No.
do that. I can't be sneaky, but I can be loud.
We're gonna lure. We're gonna
Lure 'em
we're
into
gonna
the
put
woods.
the range guys over by the entrance to the clearing, and then the melee people. We're gonna sneak through the woods, and then they're gonna attack, and then we're gonna jump out and attack.
You know, that sounds
Attack
like a
from-
good way to do this.
Attack from both sides.
Definitely not what I thought you guys were going to do, that's for sure. But good. That's good, though.
You
All
thought
right.
we were going to use the bear cub as bait. Who's going to let it wander out there?
Who's gonna serve as the distraction, the
I
bait?
will.
The loud guy.
I'll do
Cool.
it.
So you guys are all in your hiding spots.
So before I do this, what did they look like specifically? Racial.
Ah, okay.
It's always
So
going to be about race with you.
It is.
the fighter appeared to be a dragonborn,
Oh yeah.
and the ranger appeared to be a human.
This is actually important. What color are the dragonborn scales?
This dragonborn is red.
That's going to change what I do. It's good to know. Hey, guys, I noticed it's got red scales.
Yeah, I do too. Because it's got eyes.
I have a white cloak,
Okay.
and it looks kind of gray.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna rush over. Not my maximum distance. I'm a dwarf.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna rush close enough to where they can see me. I'm clanking around in the snow there, and I'm gonna yell, "Whenever you and your boyfriend are done, we've got a problem down here." And I'm gonna rush back to where I was.
So they see and hear you, obviously, and they're like, "Who the fuck was that guy?" The dragonborn fighter is like totally ready for this, and he just fucking guns it for you. He's ready to fucking kick some ass. The ranger's like, "Whoa, dude, hold on, man." So they're running right for you.
Okay.
They run their maximum distance, and so they're like 10 feet, 15 feet away from the entrance to this clearing that they were guarding.
Okay.
All right. I'd like to use that action I readied, and I'd like to cast Flame Bolt and expend a sorcery point to twin cast it and fire one at each of them.
Roll for a hit.
The first one's going to be 12, and the second one's going to be 11.
Well,
You missed.
I'm
both of
afraid
them.
that you so you hop out of the trees and you Hadouken 2 flame bolts at them, and they just both kind of go woo, and just kind of zigzag all willy-nilly like 2 weird bottle rockets and just poof out in the snow right near them, and they see you and they're like, and they pause for a second, but they look at you.
Wait
and
a
they're-
minute. Wait a minute.
I'd
wait a
like
minute.
to roll for intimidation.
Is it not your birthday?
Surprise!
Is that not what this is? Are you the wrong Dragonborn? And you all look the same to me.
That's racist. He says back at you, and now I'm really gonna kick your ass. Go ahead and roll for intimidation.
I'm going to yell, surrender or die. That's not great.
Not that intimidating.
10 for intimidation.
He's not intimidated. He's like, all right, surrender or die. That's fine.
So while they're talking to these guys and all this is happening, I'm going to attempt to sneak up on the human, and I'm going to use my garrote to try to grapple him and pull it around his neck and start strangling him with it.
Okay, roll for stealth to get up to him like that, and roll for strength.
12.
Ugh, his passive perception's higher than that, so I'm afraid he sees you sneaking around. Big old cow walking on hind legs. Gloop, glop, gloop, glop. Hey, what's going on over here? He turns around. He pulls out his short sword, and he's facing you. Roll for initiative.
At that time, I want to jump out and attack the Dragonborn guy.
Great. Go ahead and
This is the most failed mission.
roll for. What are you attacking? Your great axe?
Yeah. No, I'm rolling for initiative.
Oh no! Get your sneak attack in. My bad. Yeah.
Sneak attack!
Try and surprise him or whatever.
Do I get,
He's still 15 feet away from you.
Do
So
I get advantage? I can walk 15 feet.
cool. Yeah, since it's a sneak attack and you're just running right out
I'm
at
gonna
him.
mosey on over there and hit him with my great axe. Does 20 hit?
The Dragonborn?
Yeah.
It sure does.
It does 10 damage.
How are you swinging at him?
Just as a down strike.
So,
Like I'm chopping wood.
so you run out of the woods with the axe above your head. Ah! You come down on him. And you thunk him right in the top of the head. And you do 10 damage. Roll for initiative.
Cut one of his horns off.
Yeah. Good thing Dragonborns have really thick skulls, or that might have killed him, I guess. Maybe, probably not. This is D&D. That kind of shit doesn't kill people right away.
Just a flesh wound.
Okay, Cinder, what did you roll?
14.
Magnar,
13.
Tiny,
22.
8.
Thokk.
Thought
Eight.
rolled an 8.
All right, so everyone rolled their initiative. We got that order going. Tiny, you're going first. What do? You're right next to the ranger, and he's facing you. What are you going to do?
Throw the cub on his face.
No.
Be
Shut
an
up.
Attack cub. Be proficient with cub weapons.
Cub him.
I'm going to back up 10 feet and draw my rapier and prepare myself for action. And that's all I'm going to do for now.
Okay,
That'll teach him.
Cinder,
I'm going to go
Cinder.
ahead and try that first action one more time.
you're going to go ahead and split a firebolt?
That's right. Let's hope I have better luck this time. I mean, they're close, right?
You're rolling for hit?
Yes.
Roll it.
All right. First one does a 15 hit.
You hit the ranger with that,
Okay. And the second one is going to be much higher. It's going to be a 24.
and you hit the fighter with that.
Oh.
Good work.
Yeah, it's like I can actually do something. Okay, so the first one's going to do 3 damage, and the second one's going to do 10 damage. And then I'm going to say, I gave you your chance.
So you cast your firebolt, right? But you cast it with one hand, and you hold up your other hand like a blade in front of it, so that the firebolt splits on your hand, and then shoots off in their two separate directions and hits the fighter and the ranger, and hits the ranger in like the back, in like his butt cheek, right? And it hits him, does 3 damage. Ow, my butt! It's on fire. Why'd you do that, bro? And then the other one, I guess it split a little unevenly because the one that hit the fighter did a bit more damage, and it caught him right in like his upper chest, throat area. Now, this was fire damage, right? So
Correct.
He is a red dragonborn, so it did not quite. It did half damage.
I assumed as much.
But it still hurt him, so that happened. He's looking a little angry about it. Magnar, you're up.
Not really sure how to approach this.
Hopefully with a weapon.
You know, just for that, I'm not gonna use a weapon. I'm gonna run up to the Dragonborn. I'm gonna try to hit him with inflict wounds.
Okay. Do you have to roll for a hit, or is that automatic hit? Or
It's a touch, and I believe he makes a Constitution save.
Constitution
I
save?
could look it up.
Let's say Constitution save.
All right.
I mean, if that's what you think, right? That seems fair. Seems like it would make sense. 17 Constitution save.
All right, he's gonna pass that. That's my turn.
So you run up and try and touch him?
Yep.
So you run up to the fighter, the Dragonborn fighter, and you try and palm him right in the chest. And you do, but it's more like a nice gentle pat.
Ooh.
Oh, what did we mess up?
Yeah, we did.
All right. What actually happens?
All right, so it's gonna be a melee spell attack.
Melee spell attack.
Yeah, so I just roll for hit.
Cool. Roll for hit.
The same. No.
It's gonna be 12.
So you walk up to him and you pat him on the chest.
Does that work?
It doesn't hurt him though.
Oh. Okay.
His armor class is kind of high.
All right, that's fine.
Trying to calm him down?
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Didn't mean any harm. You look like you were having a tough day, and I didn't want to spring anything too dangerous on you. No hard feelings.
It is your birthday. It's one of the fireworks.
He just looks like he's ready to fight. He's ready to go. Thokk.
I am going to attack the Dragonborn again.
Okay. How so? With an axe or
Axe.
Cool.
That's all I got. 21.
You hit him.
11 damage.
How are you swinging at him?
Side to side, whatever he's not blocking.
Cool. So you swing right across his body and you hit him. Like he tries to block, but it just chops him like right in his arm, his upper arm.
He's distracted. Somebody come up and
Yeah.
touched him.
He was distracted by a cleric invading his personal space. And you say he takes 11 damage?
11 damage.
Should have just attached him. Have you heard the word of God?
Apparently he has.
And chop him right in the arm. Bam!
Yeah.
Ouch!
I'd like to teach you about Solanare.
The ranger is up next. And he's still facing Tiny. So he has his longsword out. And he moves to attack you. So he
Wouldn't hit a minotaur with a cub, would he?
lunges forward and he swings. Does 17 hit?
Yes.
So he hits you, and lucky you, he does 5 damage to you. He swings at you, hits you pretty hard, 5 damage.
Hey, you've been having a hard day. It's okay. Don't blame yourself.
Did that didn't trigger anything? You didn't like you had your.
Yeah, it would trigger my rapier. I can return the attack.
Is that what you're doing, or
Yeah. Well, he attacked me. I'm gonna attack him back.
Okay,
Of course
so-
I am.
Poke him.
Do I have to roll for hit though, right?
Yeah.
sure? Yeah, roll for hit.
Yeah, you're attacking, you have to roll for hit.
It's gonna be a terrible attack anyway. 11.
You attempt to parry, but it's kind of sloppy and you miss.
That's fine.
The fighter's turn is next, and the cleric is immediately ahead of him. So he tries to swing his longsword at you.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 24 hit?
24 hits.
Really?
Just
Usually.
barely.
Just barely.
Usually. Tie goes to the player.
He hits you for 10.
Okay.
He swings at you, slices you right across your chest there, I guess. That's where he's swinging, chest level. hits
Pretty
you.
low.
Oh, I guess that's right. You're a dwarf. Scalps you.
He gets on his knees, hits you in the chest.
Gets down on one knee and says, "All right, buddy. Here you there, little guy. Oh, I hit you now. Tiny, your turn. The ranger's ahead of you.
Ain't
The
having that.
fighter is behind him and off to the right.
Yeah, I'm
For
gonna
you.
attack the ranger that's attacking me.
With
My rapier.
roll for hit, please.
Oh, these are terrible rolls. 7.
Man, that's a damn shame.
Yeah.
That cub on your back's really holding you back.
It's all right.
Yeah, the cub speaks up and says, "What are you doing?"
They knew they spoke common.
Bastard.
I mean, "Rawr, I'm a bear.
Oh, must have just misheard.
Don't mind me."
Oh.
Cinder, your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast a spell.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Ice Knife at the ranger.
He's so you're hitting him in his back
Correct.
with an ice knife.
Okay. Does 24 hit?
Yes, but like just barely.
All right, time to return the favor. So it's gonna do piercing damage first for 7,
Ouch.
and then that it's gonna go ahead and explode
Uh,
for an additional 4 damage of ice damage.
so you.
Oh, sorry. On the second, he's got to make a dex save for the explosion.
Oh well. He probably saved on that. Does a 23 save?
Just barely.
That was a close one. So he took just the first. Oh, it was
Just the 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing. Okay. You conjure an ice knife.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna go ahead and
fling it at him.
form a blade of ice, and then it'll just fly forth from my palm and strike him in the back.
Stay over there. Stabs him in his back. Ah! Why am I still facing this direction? He thinks to himself.
Well, he's facing the other attackers that are attacking him from that side.
That's right.
Oh yeah, there's people there.
Magnar.
There's a
The fighter's still close,
If you
right?
call
He's
those
still
two
right in
animals
front of
people.
you.
All right, magic missile.
Magic missile. Can't miss.
All 3 of them are gonna hit him right in the dick. 4, 5, 3.
12
4,
damage.
5, 3,
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
That's the most it's ever done.
Right in his face.
I thought you said in his dick.
Right in his dick face.
No, right in his dick. Yeah, you're right.
Right in his, right in his
dick.
dick's face.
Right in the dick.
So-
So I'm gonna hit him in the dick with magic missile.
Perfect.
All 3 of them in just
Unison.
one after the other.
Perfect. So you,
Actually, can I make one take a little bit longer so that he thinks it's over and then just hits him?
you sure can.
All right.
So that's exactly what happens. You take a step back and you cast magic missile, and 2 shoot out really fast and jab him right in the tip of his dick, and he's like, oh my god, why didn't I wear my codpiece today? And then that third one just follows up right into the right into his pee hole. He looks like he's in a lot of pain, and he's actually you know what? He's prone.
Sorry, little buddy.
That hurt a
Are
lot.
you? Weird thing for a
Looks
cleric
like you
to
could
do.
use some healing.
Please. Yeah, that hurt a lot. That's what he's thinking.
I'm gonna use my movement and back away.
Fuck your turn.
So the fighter's prone. I'm going to attack the Dragonborn again.
Yeah, he's the fighter. He's prone. Dragonborn's
Oh.
prone.
Well, then I'm going to get advantage.
Yeah.
Does 24 hit?
We covered this.
Yes.
Just barely.
Just barely.
It's close.
Well, another 11 damage.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you want to do this? Because this is going to be a killing blow here.
I'm taking his head off.
Oh, great.
Trophy
He's laying down
time.
and just whoop, just cut his head off.
Real swift.
Yep.
You walk up to him and split his head off his body like you're splitting a log.
Just put him out of his misery, or put him out of my misery.
His head rolls off his body and kind of slides down the hill. It's making a weird, goofy expression like, oh, I'm dead. Oh, God. My tongue's hanging out of my mouth. How embarrassing.
Take a mental picture of it.
His body's just kind of like twitching in the icy snow. Little blood spurting out of his neck hole. And it's the ranger's turn now. He's fucking surprised that his fighter friend died before him. That's
Is he?
for sure.
Because I warned him.
Yeah, he got plenty of warnings. I don't.
to fight or die, and they went to fight.
Yep. He turns around to see this. He's horrified, and he runs over to attack you.
So he's going to attack me.
Yeah, so he's going to turn and attack you. He swings his long sword.
I'm going to laugh at him.
Does a 15 hit you?
Well, tide goes to the player, but when he hits me, shield procs, and I get +5 armor, and then wild magic goes off.
What goes off then? What happened?
Well, we're going to have to roll a check.
Yeah.
90. You become invisible for the next minute. During that time, other creatures can't hear you. The invisibility ends if you attack or cast a spell. So my armor class jumps up to 20, and then I go invisible.
He hits you. It just kind of bounces off your body, and then you vanish in front of his eyes. He is dumbfounded. He's like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on in here. I thought I was a capable ranger.
You're out of your league.
But I am obviously completely overestimating myself.
Thokk is
He doesn't
also
think he hit him
dumbfounded.
so hard he vaporized him. Nailed it.
Thokk is also
Fear
confused.
me.
Thokk doesn't know what happened. Wasn't ready to go invisible.
Yeah.
Doesn't know he's invisible.
It is now Tiny's turn.
Okay. How far away from me is he now?
He's like 10 feet away from me.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna come up behind him and try to stab him.
Go ahead.
Hopefully.
Are you going for a sneak attack or something?
Yeah.
Since he's not facing you?
Yep.
You can roll with, what do you get with that? Like extra damage? Do you get a roll with advantage?
For what?
Sneak
attacking?
attack. If it's
It's sneak attack happens when you have advantage,
Yeah.
technically.
Oh, okay.
So anytime you'd have advantage, you can sneak attack.
Yeah. Roll with advantage to hit. Since he's not facing you and he's fucking
dumbfounded.
dumbfounded right now. He's like, what the fuck's going on?
Best friend
22?
just died. Some guy disappeared.
Hey, you hit him. What are you doing? Shanking him?
Shanking him with my rapier.
Wow.
7 piercing.
7 piercing. You stab him right in the kidneys with your rapier. And he's pooped a little in his pants.
Gross.
He's not dead yet, though.
Oh, sweet.
You guys are really beating up on that fighter, but this hunter has been, or this ranger, excuse me, has been...
Somebody hasn't
Kinda
really been
untouched.
carrying their weight.
Cinder, it's back to you.
I just poked him. Shut up.
Assessing the battle and how well we're doing, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my wine and pour myself a drink. This hangover is starting to set in, and I got to fix that.
A little hair of the dog, huh?
And that's going to take my whole action to drink.
All right.
Just cut me out.
Magnar.
All right. So we gave you a warning.
Yeah, he says.
Obviously, you're out of your league.
I mean, I guess I am, man. This sucks.
So I give you one option. Tell us who you work for, or we're going to throw you off this cliff. I will find a cliff on the mountain, and I will throw you off of it.
He looks blankly at you like you hadn't even said anything at all. He can't even comprehend what you just said. And he's all that comes out of his mouth is, it has been spoken, it becomes real as he readies himself to attack you.
I'm going to swing away. You know what? Inflict wounds.
Okay.
Trying this again. Let's see what happens.
It's going to be great.
Got some crumb bum dice over there, huh?
14.
You hit him.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I hit him. Just as surprised as he is.
Reach out to
Alright.
touch him, and he doesn't move.
Like a half trip, and then did it land?
All right, 12 damage. Necrotic.
12 necrotic damage. So you have to go up and touch him?
Yep.
So you
It's
go
a
up
touch.
and you touch him, and where do you touch him?
Just softly touch his face.
You
As
br-
you see cuts and scars start to open up, and he takes damage.
Ouch. He's like, I got this weird rash. Should have been washing my face a lot more. Thokk, your turn.
I'm going to turn around and swing at him, and as I swing, I become visible again.
Poof! You appear as you're already swinging,
Yep.
and your axe, does it hit him? Beat 14, and you hit him.
No, it doesn't. I rolled an 8 for hit.
Does he have advantage from returning from the veil?
Fuck it, yeah.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, but what was your second roll?
An 8. I rolled 2 2s.
Oh, man. Well, that's still
adorable.
funny. So you appear out of nowhere, you swing your axe, but I guess being invisible means you can't see anything because the light passes right through your eyeballs, and you miss.
I don't know how visibility works. It just happens.
The ranger becomes aware of you and turns around, swinging his longsword. Does a 12 hit you?
No.
No, he misses too because he's dumb.
Still surprised.
He still doesn't know what's going on. This guy must have been smoking something strong, and he misses. Now it's Tiny's turn again.
I'm gonna shank him again.
Great. Roll for a hit, please. Beat a 14. Kill him.
Oh, that's not gonna. Nope. Nope. 6.
Everyone is just kind of wobbling around, stabbing air.
Just really, really surprised right
No
now.
one seems to be confident. Everyone must be really cold.
So scary.
Why I try not to be sober.
We're all
Hangovers
just a
are
little
kicking
confused
in.
as to what's going on right now.
There's some strange magic in the air
Deal
right
with
now.
shit.
Cinder, it is
All
your
right.
turn now.
I'm going to drop my empty goblet, and then I'm going to say to Tiny, this is how you do it, drawing my rapier from my belt.
Okay,
And I'm going to try to stab him in the back.
good. Stab him in the back.
Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Excellent. And it's going to hit him for 5 piercing damage.
You stab him right in the back really hard, and it hurts. Yet somehow he's still standing. He looks like he's about to die, but he's clinging on to life. A bunch of blood is pouring out of him, staining
he-
the snow all around his feet. He looks dazed. He can barely stand. The light is fading from his eyes, but he's still standing. This guy's a fucking beast, I guess. And it's now Magnar's turn.
All right, magic missile.
Magic missile.
To the dick!
Sweet.
Straight in the dick wiener.
Roll for damage.
2 plus 5 plus 5. So, yeah.
12.
12.
Great.
12 damage, right in the dick.
So, do they all hit him simultaneously, or?
Yeah, I'll let them all hit at the same time.
Great.
I'll
So-
just target, zero in on it, and just smash it. with
So the camera
force
follows
damage.
each magic missile as it weaves through the trees, and they find themselves right into the tip of his dick. His whole pants explode out the front. Blood, testicles, entrails, his whole intestines spill out of his guts onto the snow, and he dies. And they both turn into black, oily ooze and soak into the snow. They leave behind a little bit of gold.
I'm going to retrieve my goblet.
I'm going to retrieve that gold.
Yeah. So you add 10 gold total. You can split that up however you guys want.
Is there any other items?
Next time on the League of Extraordinary Murder Hobos. The hobos, having fought and puzzled their way up the mountainside, find the frozen tiger. But what could be laying in wait for them? Will they find the source of the black oil? Will they be reunited with their missing teammates? Find out next time. Same hobo time, same hobo channel.